हम सब देश के सेवक और सेविकाएं हैं। हमको ओहदे का नहीं सोचना चाहिए, कौन धनी है कौन गरीब है ये नहीं सोचना चाहिए, केवल ये कि हमसे कमजोर है उसको कैसे सहायता करें।
The next 3 decades were rife with challenges as well as opportunities for the Mahindra Group. After K.C. Mahindra unexpectedly passed away in 1963, Keshav Mahindra became the chairman of Mahindra & Mahindra, and Harish Mahindra assumed leadership of the steel business as chairman of Musco. He also continued as executive director of M&M. Their biggest challenge was the business environment created by the License Raj. The advent of the License Raj resulted in strict regulation of business activities, which reduced the ease of starting a new business or expanding a current one. It meant less competition for Mahindra, but it also meant more resistance, more red tape and licenses when it came to expanding the company. In spite of this, the Mahindra Group still managed to grow and to flourish. In alignment with the needs of the nation, Mahindra began manufacturing tractors in 1961. This marked its entry into the agricultural sector that has always been the beating heart of our nation. These early forays were the beginnings of a decades-long bond with the Indian farmer, one which would see the company become the leader in tractor manufacturing in India in 1983 and a world leader in later years. In the 1970s, the world was hit by a global oil crisis. Almost overnight, petrol prices skyrocketed. The cost of running petrol vehicles became exorbitant. The very existence of the business was under threat. In a move that is now a part of Mahindra folklore, the tractor diesel engine was speedily modified to fit the Jeep, and the company emerged from the crisis unscathed. In 1986, the Mahindra Group, under Keshav Mahindra's leadership, seized a great strategic opportunity when it entered the IT sector through a joint venture with British Telecom. Mahindra British Telecom was the seedling that would ultimately grow into the group's powerful technology arm, Tech Mahindra. Mahindra was preparing to ride the IT revolution. The group planted other seeds as well by pursuing opportunities in areas that were not controlled by centralized planning. A young Anand Mahindra had joined Musco, the group's steel manufacturing arm, in 1984. A few years later, he introduced the beginnings of a diversification strategy in Musco by expanding into real estate development and hospitality. The Mahindra Group had now entered the service sector, which became more and more vital to the growth of the nation as time went by. Through a combination of adaptability, inventiveness, and strategic thinking, the Mahindra Group continued to grow even in a constrained environment. These qualities would stand it in good stead in the new era of liberalization and the digital revolution. For within the next few years, business in India would be a completely different ballgame, and Mahindra would need to be at its very best to compete in the new age.